Welcome to the Shipwreck Podcast. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for listening and watching wherever you are, whether it's YouTube, Facebook. Please, again, like, subscribe to the channel. We're just getting started, but we got a lot in store for you guys. Wanted to get on real quick. Um, every once in a while, things happen in life, things happen in the world that, just make you say, what the duck, you know? So I wanted to get on real quick for a quick 10-minute, uh, quick episode just to talk about what's going on right now. I'm going to call this the What the Duck Report. So, a couple things that's on my mind right now. First off, I'm extremely pissed at the Democrats. Extremely pissed at the Democrats for not fighting, period. Point blank, plain and simple. They did not fight at all for this continuing resolution. The continuing resolution was shitty, to say the least. It was just not good whatsoever. Yes, it kept the government open. And that in itself, okay, I understand that. We want the government to be open, but fight. Way before we got to the point where the government could have been shut down, you should have been saying and pleading from wherever you need to go to, any possible outlet to say they're not negotiating with it. They're not negotiating with it. They do not. This need to be bipartisan. It has to be bipartisan. If not, they don't have the votes to go it alone. So we have priorities of our own that needs to be taken care of. We need to make sure that cancer research isn't going to be cut. We need to make sure that first off, budget cuts should be done by Congress, not done by the executive branch. That's the order of things according to the Constitution. But if you're going to cut things, if you're going to lay off people, you need to give them the opportunity and let them know, hey, your layoffs is coming. Give them a chance to get their family life together. The callousness that they're firing people is ridiculous. Let's fight for school lunches for kids. They cut $1 billion from school lunches for kids. Let's fight for that. There are things out there that we can fight for, but they didn't. They fought for nothing. So we lost everything. We only had one card. The only card that we actually had to play was Chuck Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate with the filibuster. Couldn't even do it. Couldn't even take care of it. Those 11 senators let us down. So I wanted to give you a chance and let you guys know and let you see what's actually was in the budget. Why I say that the CR was bad. So first thing we're going to start with is housing. They cut housing assistance programs. Yes, they only cut $13 billion from the budget for this non-discretionary funds from the budget. And those cuts are not could be, but actually are housing assistance programs. The CR cuts rental assistance programs, risking evictions for 32,000 households. How can the Democrats just go ahead and sign off on that? Budget cuts to Social Security. Yes, Social Security. No, they're not cutting down benefits, but they're cutting down on staff. They're cutting down on funding, which is going to potentially lay claims as well as reduce services and benefits for people. Again, Democrats, how can you say yes to that? The executive powers that they gave to him. Another one. So you're sitting here and you're upset that he's cutting stuff with Doge and this non-bureaucratic person is in here and doing this and they don't have the authority. You're absolutely correct. They do not have the authority to make those cuts. But what you did was you said yes to, you Senate Democrats, you said yes to giving Trump enhanced powers to be able to make those cuts. Yes, Congress just delegated their duties to the executive branch, expanding executive control over spending, allowing reallocations without full congressional oversight. Let me say that again. He's now allowed to make cuts without congressional oversight. Yeah, let that one sink in. Lastly, I wanted to talk about SNAP, otherwise known from back in my day as food stamps. Yes, food stamps. He cut food stamps. The CR cuts nutrition assistance programs, which will reduce benefits for low-income families. Yes, people will not have food to put on their plates because of the CR. The Democrats said, "Okay, we're not going to fix these things. We're just going to have to say yes because we don't want the government to shut down." Where is your red line? Tell me, where is your red line? Because I don't know where it is. I do have one more I wanted to talk about, and It's not as big and not gonna be a vast around as what they're doing to the around the entire country, but it does affect Washington, DC. They're cutting $1 billion out of their budget, which will they're gonna have to slash police, they'll have to slash firefighters, they'll have to lay off teachers, which means bigger classrooms. They'll have to lay off people for their transit service. $1 billion to a city is a lot of money. And it gotta come from somewhere. Let alone it's a shame that they don't even have the rights that other citizens of the United States do to be able to have senators, representatives, and actually vote for president. Well, they can actually vote, but their vote doesn't count towards president. Washington D.C. is way bigger than Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa. There's more people in Washington D.C. than in those states, but they all got two senators. They all got one representative. But that's a story for another day. The other story I wanted to talk about, I had a couple of my shipmates send this one to me, and this is near dear to my heart because I had one while I was in. The no shave shit is gone. Um, it's tough to even say. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth laid down a put down not executive order, put down an order saying that he wants to enhance grooming standards and fitness standards in the military. And the first thing he did was to direct the U.S. Marines to get rid of their permanent no shave chit program. And if you're wondering what a no shave chit is, it is basically if you can't shave, if you can't actively shave every day to be within the military standards, because you would get hair bumps or shaving bumps, you would be able to go to the doctor. That you would have to prove obviously that you have the shaving bumps, and those bumps, and because of that, they'll say, okay, you don't have to shave. You can maybe shave once a week, or you don't have to shave at all. And then over time, if it continues, they'll say, okay, you don't have to never have to shave again. And in 2022, President Biden, along with Secretary Austin, um, said that we can go out and just give permanent no shave chits to individuals that need them. First off, let me ask you a question. Do you guys know the majority of the people who need no shave chits? African Americans. Aha. Yes. 66% of the people who have no shave chits in the military are African American. This will absolutely affect us. Okay. But the reason why I'm not going to be hair on fire, if I had any hair, is because my hair isn't on fire for the simple reason that they're going back to 2022. So yes, I didn't even know when I was in that they could have medically discharged you for not being able to shave. They never did. I don't know if anybody ever that ever was medically discharged. If you know anybody medically discharged for not being able to shave, please send them my way or hit me up on DM. But so they just went back to 2022 where they have the ability to kick someone out. Do I think they will? I doubt it because they already have a recruiting deficit. But is it possible? Absolutely. Could people with no shave chits be looked more looked at as um not ready, not militarily fit? That's possible as well. So we have to watch out for those things. And that's why I'm putting this in that category of we need to watch out to make sure that within the next year or two, people aren't being kicked out for this because it's ridiculous. It has nothing to do with military readiness. And before, and I know it's gonna be somebody on here that's watching this video and going to say, well, you weren't upset when they kick people out for not taking a COVID vaccine. Two totally separate things. One, the COVID vaccine was an individual choice. Let me say that again. The COVID vaccine, not to take the COVID vaccine, was an individual's choice. I don't have a choice if I can shave or not. Either my body will allow me or my body won't. So that's number one. Number two, the COVID vaccine, just like the anthrax vaccine, just like the flu, just like all these other vaccines and other shots that we got in boot camp and throughout our military career, we took those because we had to. That's what the military said we had to do. And that actually went to our readiness for the simple fact of if you caught COVID and having a vaccine did help you recover faster, that is actually the definition of military readiness because you'll be ready to go back and get into the fight or do your job again way faster than if you did not take the vaccine. Those are just the facts. All right. Once again, thank y'all for joining me. Again, this is the Shipwreck Podcast. So right up there, boom. So again, please like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it and see you guys Thursday. Peace.